Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Tony D's music channel. I'm Tony D. Today I've been discussing the Flowers and Dirt album. I already did videos about the songs on the main album. Now I want to do a video discussing the non-album B-sides from the album, which there were three. There were three big singles: My Brave Face, Put It There, and this one. Now, I got this 12-inch single of this one right here, and it has two non-album songs. The First Stone, that was the B-side on the 7-inch, but this is the 12-inch. Now, The First Stone is the first co-write with Paul and Hamish Stewart, originally in The Pretenders and the Average White Band, the band from the 70s. Ironically, Hamish Stewart, about 20, 30 years later, would play with Ringo Starr in the All-Star Band, and I saw them live. Of course, he did the hit from the 70s, Pick Up the Pieces. But anyway, back to McCartney. The First Stone is a very unusual song in Paul's catalog. It's an anomaly, really. It was a satire song all about TV evangelical preachers who would preach about family values and all that crap, and people who are really, doing the dirty in private. Lyrics like, Friday night you'll find him taking pictures of a model in a cheap hotel. Sunday morning he's reading from the pulpit, threatening to send us all to hell. Well, well, well. Particularly the song dealt with Jimmy Swaggart. It's a very, very 80s song in both production style and, a song you would only hear in the 80s. I think it's great. I really like it a lot. And I do want to rave, and I mean rave, pun intended, about the song on the B-side of this 12-inch single called Good Sign. It's only found in the vinyl. I don't think you can find it anywhere on CD, unless I'm wrong. But Good Sign was Paul trying to sound current and do a dance song. And this is a dance song in all manner of the words. In typical kind of dance songs, it's got these lyrics about sexual excitement, about chemicals in the body. I believe the lyrics are in this booklet here with the Flowers and Dirt set. I love the way that my heart rate increases when you walk through the room. Chemicals in my body releases to spell away my feelings of gloom. Oh yeah, you're a good sign. See the meter running. That's a good sign, don't you know? Like a good wine. Mine, you just keep improving. Good sign, don't you know? I love electrical shocks and surprises. Keep protecting my heart. I know the moment my temperature rises. To be there from the start. That's a good sign. Keeps the meter moving. That's a good sign. Good sign. Good sign. Obviously, we don't need to read between the lines. It's clearly a song about two people shagging and chemicals releasing. It's obviously a song that's perfect to play when you're with your significant partner. Paul has written so many great songs like this. Eat at Home is really about sex. I Can Bet from the album New. Comfort of Love, I think, is about lovemaking. I mean, come on, this is obvious. If You Wanna is about lovemaking. Flaming Pie, the song. It's just one of those cool tracks. And I think it's one of only 3 songs Paul has done that's only available on vinyl. This song here, Good Sign, and Hang Glide from the 12-inch single Oppress, and Summer 59 on the single of Jenny Wren. And, it feels like one of those things Paul wanted to do, but wanted to keep it hidden, keep it secret for some reason, keep undercover, pun intended. It feels like he didn't feel comfortable releasing this to a mass audience who would have heard it. I don't know why he didn't. It would have sounded awesome if this was played at nightclubs or discotheques. It reminds me of that of those two Ringo Starr songs from the album Choose Love, The Turnaround and Free Drinks. Both of them have this amazing dance club, dance feel to them. Yeah. Yeah. Good sign is just, oh, good is putting it lightly. It's a great sign. It's a fantastic sign. But anyway, now that takes us to the non-album single, Put It There. And for some reason, Paul decided to use this single to release two tracks that he recorded over 10 years earlier. You've got Mama's Little Girl, which was written and recorded, I believe, back in 72. And it's an absolutely gorgeous song about, I think it's about his daughter Mary. It's about one of his daughters, I believe, with that title, Mama's Little Girl. It's about a dad just watching his wife with his daughter, and he just can't believe how lovely she is and all this. And oh, it's beautiful. It's mostly just on acoustic guitar, and then there's a little horn solo in the middle, looking like a rosebud, Mama's Little Girl. I just can't take it all in. Paul is such a special person because when the Beatles broke up, he started his marriage with Linda, and he started his life as a father with her. He just adopted her daughter from her first marriage named Heather, and then they had a baby together named Mary. And ever since then, he's been a committed family man. And he's the only pop rock star I can think of who was a dedicated family man, with his daughters always with him in the studio, always with him out on tour. Mick Jagger was the opposite of that, total chauvinist, misogynist, who once said, "I would never have my old lady out with me on tour." Total jerk. But, this song is Paul expressing his just absolute astonishment and his love for his little girl. And also on this single is a track from 1978 called Same Time Next Year. It was supposed to be for a movie, also called Same Time Next Year, but the producer of that film rejected the song, allegedly because the lyrics in the song spoil the plot twist in the movie. But that's not a good excuse. You still could have just put the song at the very end of the film in the credits. It's not going to spoil anything there, you jerk. I don't care who you are. If you reject a Paul McCartney song in your movie, you're a dunderhead. You're a stick in the mud. But anyway, Same Time Next Year, I gotta say a lot about this because this is an amazing song. And Lawrence Juber, who of course was in Wings for 3 years or so, maybe 2 years, but he was with Paul for longer than that. But anyway, this was the first song of Paul's that Lawrence Juber played on, and he plays these lovely guitar performance, lovely guitar fills. Yeah, Same Time Next Year is so great. It's one of those like lush ballads that Paul can so easily write in just a few minutes, I think. I hope nothing changes. Same time next year. Same time next year. Oh, it's lovely. Whoever produced that movie should be kicking themselves that they didn't put that in the movie. And finally, I want to mention the B-side of My Brave Face single called Flying to My Home. I remember being 19 or so and just discovering the song, just scrolling through YouTube, and it was there. And I thought it was really weird because I still think it is weird. Yeah, it's a very 80s Paul song. It's very 80s. Starts off a little bit a cappella. I'm flying to my home. And then it gets to a part that I hate because it sounds, I don't like the way it's produced or engineered. I don't. Because for a little bit of the song, Paul's singing in what sounds like a nasally, whiny voice. And I just can't even understand what the lyrics are. But then after that, it gets to a part that's better because then I can hear him more. and there are some good vocals in this, but mostly I just wish it was produced differently. I don't like the production of it, and normally I don't. I never dislike a song because of the production, but that is the case here. I like parts of the song very much, but there's that one part that just sounds like nasally, whiny voice because of the engineer and the producer. But then some of it's quite good. I'm flying to my home. I do think the intro has a bit of a choir feel to it. I like that. But yeah, I wish it was produced differently. I wish it was. But it's been 37 years. I doubt he's going to remix it now. But I do like it, although I don't like that one part of it where it's just Paul sounds whiny and sounds like a cat was on the production console. But yeah, that one's mostly all him on the instruments. And yeah, I really like all these songs. I love Put It There. I love Same Time Next Year. I love Mama's Little Girl. I'm going to say more about that in another video. Good Sign is an awesome Paul song. I'll definitely have to put that in my memory bank for putting on while making love. And yeah, The First Stone is great. Kudos to Paul for writing a song about hypocritical TV preachers. Kudos to him for that. So yeah, that's what I think about those 5 songs. They're really good and non-album B-sides. You know, songs come out of Paul, which is why he has to put them on B-sides. They just flow out of his mind. So thank you for watching this. Let me know what you think of these songs. Leave a comment, like, and share.